Spooktober on my YouTube channel, the Everything Anime Podcast. And I wanted to do October 1st right, but I didn't do BioShock yet. I know, I'm sorry. But I have something else for you. So let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to Everything Anime Podcast. I'm your host Shinry, here with Everything Anime Podcast, talk about it from anime, manga, video games, TV shows, whatever the topic if I talk about. Today's video is on me starting the Tokyo Ghoul manga. Now, my relationship with Tokyo Ghoul is, I think I've seen for sure the first episode back in Toonami days. I know I've seen episode 1. And I know I immediately zoned out. Now, don't come for me. I like The Gray Man, I like Soul Eater, I like Fullmetal Alchemist, I like Claymore. So this is kind of my genre. I know like it's not exactly like that, especially like not really paying attention from that first episode, not really remembering anything from that first episode aside of the boy getting bitten by a demon. But I've got to say, this manga is very well detailed, builds the world and the story in like maybe the first chapter. So props are to be made, okay? So right off the bat, we have a human getting killed by a demon, which I thought was pretty cool. I mean, not like, you know, I'm all evil and dramatic, but I mean, if this is the world we're going to get into, I'm like, okay, this is one way to start a story. A human gets killed by a demon. It's kind of like Vampires Suck, even though that's done for humor.
Here to the foggy town of Sparks, Washington. Population, 3,120. Holy shit! Make that 3,119.
Bitch, when she read the sign, did you, holy shit, did you see that? That still kills me every time. That movie sucks, but that shit kills me every time. But love the design of the shadow, the single eye, the fear, the darkness. It's all alluring. It all kind of draws you into this world, this like darkness that we're about to experience for ourselves. But apparently also in this world, humans are aware of ghouls. Well, demons, they call them ghouls. And their public killing in this world is like basically broadcasted to us by a news reporter. So this is just like an everyday thing for them. They're like, oh yeah, another human got killed by a ghoul. And, you know, people are just kind of like watching it all nonchalant about it. It's like if ghouls and demons exist in this world, it must be like another fucking car accident happened, or oh, another fire happened, oh, another stabbing happened, like just everyday. I mean, we do later find out like some people don't believe like our main character, they don't believe in ghouls, but still, like for this to be on the news, I'm like, it should be taken a little bit more seriously. This would be like, oh yeah, my example I use is like, if this would be like if every other day vampires are killing people, and we're just like, oh well, fuck. That was just up the street. You saw that vampire just killed somebody? Like, using Vampire Suck again. Hold on one second, guys. Using Vampire Suck again is my example. Like, yeah, she was just like, holy shit. They just see that her dad's just all nonchalant. He didn't see the vampire just kill somebody. So, I mean, I guess, like, in this world, like, yeah, this is just another everyday thing. We didn't meet the main protagonist, I'm assuming. His name is Ken Kaneki. I might be saying that wrong. Again, I haven't seen the anime. Reading the manga, just like with Dr. Stone, I'm going to read the manga first and then get an impression and then watch the anime. He doesn't believe in ghouls because he's never seen one, despite the police reports and his friend basically telling him, like, you know, he's a nerd. So, you know, he don't believe in ghouls. So, I mean, I guess that's one reason why people are nonchalant about it. They're like, oh, this is just fake news.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir.
This is just the propaganda, you know. I don't believe in demons, I don't believe in ghosts, you know, whatever. You know. We also learned that the reason why no one can prove the existence of ghouls is because they walk around disguised as human, but they drink the bodily fluids from a human like a vampire. So some people believe, I'm sure, that ghouls exist, especially the ones that are dead. But like others are like, well, they look like normal humans and they go walk in the day, unlike vampires. Unless you're in the Vampire Diaries, you get a daylight ring. They're like, well, we ain't never gonna know. So maybe that's why they're just taking their chances. Maybe that's why people are nonchalant about it. They're like, or maybe they just compare it to a serial killer, like Jack the Ripper. Maybe they're just like, oh, you know, if I die today. I guess that's how they're treating it. I love the fun dynamic between the two protagonists or two friends as they playfully accuse each other of being demons. And so they draw what they think a demon would look like. Ken draws what I would interpret as a normal demon, where, you know, as his friend, Hyde, I think his name is called, he draws Ken, which I thought was hilarious and I'm sure would be ironic. Like, the fact that he drew, like, you know, Ken draws a demon that, like, we would call a demon, a ghoul. Where his friend draws like a picture of him, which I'm like, knew that'd be ironic to the story, because I'm like, well, obviously our main characters like encounter a demon, fall in love with the demon, become best friends with the demon. Like, this is main protagonist anime syndrome. Like, foreshadowing at its best. So how does this whole story start? Well, Ken and his friend go to a restaurant so Hyde can get a good look at the girl Ken's been crushing on. I immediately knew, like, this girl would be the demon, or she would get us in some kind of trap. Like, again, I know I've seen the first episode, but it's been a long time. Again, back in Toonami days, and Toonami was a thing. Toonami might still be a thing, but like when we was in high school, Toonami kind of thing. Ken's never spoken a word to her, but like they always share eye contact and they have a smile. So like a kind of cute little relationship. Like, you never like talk to that person that you always want to talk to, but like y'all got like this like thing going where you're like, it's too good. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to like, you know, make the move and then, you know, things go wrong. So respect that. Sorry guys, I keep having to take a break. I'm cooking, so I'll be right back. Hopefully this don't make too much noise in the background. I'm gonna see, you know, again, note to self, always cook dinner before you work on YouTube videos. Duly noted. So sorry if it makes too much noise in the background. So the other reason Ken likes this girl, not just because it's your eye contact, but because she also reads books that he reads. So he feels like they have a common interest, specifically because he reads from her favorite author. Although the book she's reading is about a psychopathic female serial killer, and she killed her. Oh, it's about a psychopathic serial killer and her son, who both seem to enjoy killing. That's her favorite book. Given Bates Motel much is.
No, Mother, there's something wrong with me.
Don't be scared. I'm going to protect you.
It's given Bates Motel. It's given like, I mean, you know, Bates Motel was a popular TV show, so, and I watched it. I mean, I fell out like the last 1 or 2 seasons, but I mean, you know, I was gonna say American Psycho, but American Psycho, he was by himself, and the sequel was just some random girl. I know Miranda, whatever. Not that might have been. Maybe it's Miranda. Not Miranda Cosgrove. I'm over here thinking iCarly, the girl from Friends and The Wizard of Oz, the remake, or The Great Oz, whatever that fuck called. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, it was given that. I'm like, I don't know. A girl, her favorite book is about a psychotic serial killer and her son killing people and enjoy killing. But again, like, it's fiction. So, you know, I'm reading Tokyo Ghoul right now. So what's that say about me? Anyways. This is actually why she even talks to him for the first time, is because they both read from the same author. They decide to go on a date, and he notices that she has weird quirks like almost immediately. She hardly bites into her sandwich because she says she's full and on a diet which she barely nibbles. And so that was already telling me, like, okay, this girl's definitely the demon, because, like, you know, I forgot what I've read a lot of books, but like basically monsters always talk about like when they eat human food, it tastes like cardboard. So like they don't enjoy it. They do it like to appear human, but obviously they don't want to eat human food. It doesn't taste like anything to them. As the night passes on, they leave the restaurant and pass 2 girls whose names is Takuya, Touka. I'm gonna call her Takua. I don't know. Again, I keep saying these names wrong. And even she notices something is off about the 2. She's like, that's a weird pair. Like, that's what they're thinking. She's with her girlfriends, I think. However, the strange woman seems to think that they're in an area that's too public. Kind of tricks him by saying, like, I'm scared of all the ghoul reports I've heard about. Can you take me home on this isolated street? Isolated street? Girl, you think demons and ghouls are out there and you want to go to the most isolated part of the city? Sure, why not? Let's go. I mean, like, what the hell?
Okay, I believe you.
But Ken, a guy that doesn't believe in ghouls, is thinking with his dick. So, you know, he's like, it's shit dumb. And he's like, okay, I believe you. So he goes with her. And at this point, all I remember from watching the first episode, this is what I remember. She falls into his arms somehow, and then like a succubus just like bites into his shoulder. It was given like Rosario Vampire. I mean, sort of. Mocha do be falling into like the main character's arms and by biting him and shit.
I can't.
smells so good.
Vampire! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
But this is like easily how she can get like her hands on men. Like that's what succubus do. I don't know if she's a succubus, but that's what they do. And I know I didn't read the chapter, but I forgot what kind of demon she is, or she's just a ghoul in general. This, however, is just so she can easy kill, you know, like falling into his arms and like so he won't escape. Definitely a crazy twist the first time I saw it, because again I remember seeing this in the anime years ago, but I'm not gonna watch the anime until I get a little bit further into this manga. Like with Dr. Stone, like how I got like I think I finished the Stone Wars of Dr. Stone before I started the anime, and now I'm in the New World and I'm past the New World in the manga, so I'm gonna finish the New World now today. But this is also the time that he realizes that when she bites him, that ghouls exist. Like he realizes she's a demon the moment she falls into his arm and she bites him. Now, what she says next is fucking crazy and scary. As she's revealing her true self, she talks about how that book excites her because there's a scene where a man is trying to run away as the woman guts him. As the woman in the book guts him, it always gets her excited because she wants to live it out for herself. She wants to kill somebody and watch them try to get away. She's like, oh, I've always wanted to do this. I want this moment. So she's like, oh, can you run away from me? Like, to excite her, she's like, can you run away from me? Like, can you try to flee? Can you try? I mean, she's a demon, so I mean, disgusting behavior all around. One more second, guys. Should be the last cut. Anyways, I love the way these panels are drawn to incite fear. He's feeling like, you know, desperation, and it's amazing. Like, the way this author draws is really incredible. Kind of like even like the author from Dr. Stone. I praise Dr. Stone for the way he draws too. His speed lines, as well as this one beautiful panel. I can't wait to show you guys in the latest chapter of Dr. Stone I read. The way he drew these waves in the sea, it was fucking beautiful. I cannot wait to show you guys that. But at one point when she tries to kill him, she sprouts like these vectors from her back, and one of them grabs his ankle and pulls him towards her, and to save himself he stabs her with like a random pencil he had. That shit was crazy. I haven't seen vectors. There was another anime about vectors where like these arms come out of your back. I remember so this girl had got like this idea. I've also used vectors in one of my books, The Country of the Words, but like I hadn't heard of vectors in a long time, so it just kind of blew my mind that like that was a thing. She doesn't even seem fazed by it though when he stabs her with the pencil, and it's like she's rather excited that he's putting up a fight, because again, that part in the book that she liked is that the man was trying to get away. So the fact that he's putting up a fight, the fact that her food is fighting back, she's like, oh, this is exciting. This is what I want. It's also revealed that she's a demon that's been doing the killing on the news, which explains the fool comment that she talked about, like, oh, I'm not hungry. I've already eaten. I'm pretty full. Even though she's just nibbling that sandwich. So maybe ghouls do eat human food, but like she had like been killing too many humans, she's like, oh, I'm full. So I guess you dessert. Because I mean, girl, if you full, why are you trying to eat him? You know, but just before she can reach him, however, some steel beams above their heads fall down on top of them and crush her. I didn't know where this was going. I don't know if like somebody saved them. I'm assuming somebody did, because that's not resolved in this chapter. But I already assumed that this wouldn't kill her, because it would probably just take like natural sunlight, like in Demon Slayer, to like kill her. Because again, like I can't see if you can stop a demon with a random weapon, like some steel beams or something like that. I'm like, well, would a gun work too? I mean, if demons can go down with regular everyday weapons, it doesn't seem that impressive. Before we get confirmation about that, though, we find out Ken was rushed to the hospital and he's going under an operation. The doctors are unable to contact his parents, but they know that if they don't do something quick, he'll die. So I did not see this coming. This was a great ending twist. It turns out he needed an organ transplant, but the only other body they could find was the demon, the ghoul, the lady. So I guess she did die. I guess demons in this world can die by like random weapons and objects. But they don't realize that she's a demon, so they start putting her organs inside his body. And that's when we get this amazingly drawn scene, which is insane. She's like reaching up behind him in his subconscious, basically pulling him into the darkness with her. Kind of like how Lady Tamio wrapped herself around Muzan, like, you know, when she's making fun of him, she's like, oh, you're all mine, I got you. It's kind of like that. And when Ken wakes up, it's like something out of Twilight Part 1. Like, the bitch wakes up, and you know, like how in Twilight, like when Bella, what's her name, Bella? Whatever her name was, she opened her eyes and they were all red, and we all went crazy. Yeah, it's giving that. So, thoughts on chapter 1 of Tokyo Ghoul. Very, very cool. I very much like this. I think I'm going to enjoy this manga a lot. Don't have any speculations because I don't know where the story goes from here. Again, this is just my first chapter 1, and it was 40 pages, so I was kind of shooting like Boruto, where like, you know, I review one chapter of Boruto because it's like that. It's a big manga chapter, and usually manga panels are like 10 to chapters, sometimes 20 max, but 40, I feel like it deserved its own. If I'm only gonna talk about like major events, kind of like when I do Stone, like break them up over talking about chapter by chapter, unless something really important or amazing happens. But anyways, first impressions of Tokyo Ghoul. You drawn me into your world. I hope you keep me there. Unlike D. Gray Man, which I'll talk about one day, but not today. Anyways, guys, welcome to Spooktober number 2. Hope you guys enjoy it here. We do fun stuff sometimes.
Hey guys, this video was sponsored by me, the author of the Shinry series, the Chronicles of Wayne, and Monsterverse. So I figured I'd do this outro a little bit different by showing you guys what you guys would be checking out. So, the Shinry series starts with Book 1, Shobu Samurai Project Aryoku. 10 years after the death of his parents, Shobu Samurai returns home seeking vengeance, but instead faces a choice to save his home from shadow creatures, blood beasts, and an organization once thought dead. Shinry's Shobu Samurai starts at $9.99. And if you love anime, manga, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, Fairy Tail, Shaman King, Rave Master, Zatch Bell, anything like that, the Shinry series is definitely the series for you. You'll definitely want to check it out. The Sword of Light is probably the thickest one so far, and then these books are 2. This is Enter the Dread Zone Tournament, and the series original ending, Arado the Legendary Conjuring Master. So, and I'll just show you guys some of the covers. Really proud of all of these, but I hope you guys check it out. If you don't like that, I also have the current published books for the Chronicles of Wayne, Love Be Damned, Cotton Candy, Full Moons, Fabled Lovers, A Cursed Virgin's Bite. If You Go Where Monsters Dance, Red will Rain Over Your House. Love Be Damned. Now, the Chronicles of Wayne is about a geeky guy, or a nerdy guy in high school. His senior year, he has a crush on the hottest guy in school, because of course he does. He's only got one best friend, and her name is Barb. Well, the hottest guy in school turns out to be a werewolf. And to make the story more interesting, he bites Wayne and turns Wayne into the first ever wolfman in the last 10 years. And because of that, it was also a sacred law that wolfmen should never be created. I don't want to get into too much of the Chronicles of Wayne without spoiling it, but I can tell you it's very short. This one sells for $6.99, and Love Be Caged right after it. The ending of this trilogy, Love Be Liberated, comes out in October. So I'm going to definitely do a more full in-depth review of this one. But yeah, it's an LGBT fantasy fiction story about werewolves, vampires, white witches, a dark warlock, and, well, many, many more surprises to come. So if you guys like to read, I definitely recommend. These are all the books so far in the Shinry series, except for Shinry's Beginning. I do have that one, but it's just not here with me. But yeah, I appreciate a like, support, or just a review on Amazon. Either way, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.